Is a serious offense. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death. A contaminated area has been removed.
Ah, it's you. The shopkeeper. Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. Then I must ask something of you. You're embroiled in this now, as much as we are. To find absolution, well, you must find some way to deal with Morris. An ally to those heathens in the woods is a danger to the village. Not that I'm suggesting you... Well, I'll leave it to your judgment. Thank you. It is a terrible thing to ask, I know. Now that Maisie is dead, there is no one else I can trust to be able to carry out such a task. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. You did? I see. Yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time. I asked her to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers. In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil, and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church. But it is necessary for me to keep some eyes on them as well. in case they waver. There is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. But it pains me to imagine what evil is creeping inside our little village. I only wish she had come to me sooner. My prayers might have reached him in the early stages of his fall from grace. But he is beyond that now. I must think of the rest of the village. We have seen some very bad times here. I don't really know why such misfortune has befallen us. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. I doubt I would understand any of it. Besides which, the village occupies all my time. The people here need a guiding hand, not an oppressive one. The military presence, this protocol nonsense of theirs, has done that to us, and with no sign of respite. Pressure like that breeds corruption. I must obey the Lord's will and fight against such things. You, on the other hand, seem of a curious nature. I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about prying too deeply. Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Casterfell Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Oh, Lord, not you as well. Listen, the pressure of living in these walls, it can cause one's mind to play tricks. But I assure you there are no ghosts here. No one has been inside the cellar since the disaster. The key was lost along with the scientists, God rest their souls. Perhaps you should get some rest, I'd like to avoid any ghostly rumors being spread about the place. Farewell, and God bless you.
Citizens of Windham, acts of insubordination or disrespect soldiers protecting you here are, in essence, treasonous and will be treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
Citizens of Windham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
It's like having another bloody war.
Perhaps we should just build a huge still and drink ourselves to death.
State of this place.
Citizens,
A new customer. How'd you do? Welcome to Windham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? There are saviours and protectors. Well, that's their story, any road. They came in when the government built them walls around the place. Don't think the plan was for them to get trapped in here, same as us, but here they are. Anyway, where are me manners, eh? I'm Morris Wick, owner of this establishment. Take a look at what I have to offer if you fancy. Listen, a word to the wise, eh? I'm here today not because I've learned to get by with the soldiers, but in spite of them. The village needs to stick together. The protocol is a curse to be born, not someone to sympathize with. Big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be fit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did anyhow. Oh aye, and what a grand life it is here. Like a scenic stalag, this is. There's some as say it's like Hitler and his lot managed to invade after all. Me? I say the Germans would have made a much better job of it. Oh. Not too interested in those. Thank you for your business. Get new stock in now and then, so come back any time. I might have something new for you. Hello again. How did... Well, been poking around in what's not your concern, eh? I don't have to explain myself to you. It's none of your bloody business. You're just as bad as the rest of them around here. Can't you see what's going on here? The protocol soldiers, the church, all carrying on like they know all the answers, when the truth is they know nought. Everyone says the folk in the woods are cracked, but they look like the only sane ones around here to me. They're trying to make peace with the world, not ruin it. Them scientists, the disaster, that weren't natural, they knows. Upset the balance of things. Nature's proper furious with us. We should make amends, shouldn't we? It's only right. But them soldiers would have me locked up for thinking that. Dangerous pagan sentiments, that arse of a captain calls it. If you've seen them out in Casterfell Woods, I know they might come across as proper nasty. But look, they say the earth speaks to them, and they listen. Now, folk have been saying there's a voice in the earth around here since the year dot. These druids, or whatever you want to call them, they say that's true. So, mayhap we should be listening to it too, eh? I want what's best for village. We should be looking back to what's always been here. The army here tried to stamp it out, but their captain's a bloody southerner. What does he know about the north? Well, but maybe you're a tattletale for the vicar too, eh? Prying for secrets so he can hold 'em over me. Well, I won't stand for people who stick their beaks in where they're not wanted. Him? My socks are holier than he is. We give our donations to the church, and in return he keeps the protocols sweet. Or so he says. Truth is, he worms his way into people's lives, finds out about matters that won't sit well with soldiers, and holds them over us. Blackmail it is. Pure and simple. Look, whoever you are, wherever you hail from, don't snitch on us about that letter, eh? The village needs the shop. It needs me. What I think should be me own business, shouldn't it? I'm not harming no one. Let's just get back to trading, eh?
Citizens of Windham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall. Citizens of Windham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village? Be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance can save lives. Citizens of Windham, a contaminated area has been reported in the Skethamore fields. Please stay away from there until it has been sterilized.
Oh, who are you? I don't know you. You're not with the soldiers, are you? I run a lawful place here. Stick to every word of the protocol here, I do. Oh? Well, not that there's anything wrong with it if you did, it's just... Well, never mind. Now let me know if you're looking to buy something. What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day. You're sweet for saying so. It's easy to lose hope in this place. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic. which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? I'm sorry, but I don't have any of the tonic left. I know where you can get some, though. There's a lady, calls herself Mother Jago, out in Casterfell Woods. Brews the tonic to her own recipe. She lives out by the old mine. I can mark on the map where to find her. And listen, I hate to ask, but could I trouble you to get us some of the tonic? Just a single bottle. We're almost run out. All right, nothing's certain, but if you can, it'd mean the world to me. Bye now.
And help us to help you. Follow the protocol.
Beer at the pub tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing, mind.
Perimeter need teaching a lesson.
Someone over there! That's far enough. Leave. Now. Bugger off, City, or you're dead. Don't know the password, do you? Thought as much. Not sure about you.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense.
Watch yourself, Civvy.
Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
Don't forget on the foraging party again this. Keep the peace, Civvy. Maybe Smith is right. Perhaps we should just build a few still. Always do make work around. Should have those villagers doing it for us. Don't be filthy.
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers.
This is the operator. Do you require my assistance? This place does not yield secrets easily. The truth lies hidden. You must locate all the interchange doors.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed. Not sure I like the look of you.
You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. The area you are entering is known to contain outlaws, lunatics, and monstrosities. Remember, a warning shot is a wasted bullet. You have been warned.
They should just paint the boundary wall institutional green and call this whole country a lunatic asylum.
Not sure I like the look of you. One more civvy gives me cheek and I top the bastard. Orders be blown.
We started off right by shooting some troublemakers. Shame we can't do that.
won't do at all. The green fly is having a field day. And these wretched weeds. Oh, hello there. You must forgive me. I wasn't expecting visitors today. And, oh good heavens, Jenks should have taken your coat. Jenks? Had him for years, bless him. I'm sure he'll be along shortly. Prudence Rook, delighted to meet you. Welcome to my little corner of the world. I was just looking over the garden. We've rather let it get away from us, I'm sorry to say. In the grand scheme of things, everything's delightful. The flower beds are getting a little untidy, that's all. We have lots of guests, you see. Scientists, mainly working out or visiting the Bard research place across the mere. We want the house to be a home from home for them. My sister Charity looks after the boffins when they're here. Terribly clever she is. Much brainier than I. I make sure the house is to order, and she hosts them in the conservatory while they discuss their complicated atomic boojums. Oh, it's all terribly hush-hush. Whatever they do, I'm sure it's for the best. She would be able to tell you more, but, well, she mustn't be disturbed. She's busy, you see. The house must be ready for when our guests return. But you have the run of the house, the grounds, wherever you choose. Liberty Hall, as the Americans say. We don't go into the conservatory, though. Not there. But everywhere else. Anything you need, ask Jenks. We can't. There are precious things in there that can't be disturbed. We keep the conservatory locked unless our guests are here. I can only trust Jenks with the key. Which reminds me, I must return it to him when he gets back. Whenever he gets back. Are you feeling quite well? You're no more Jenks than I am. Oh, where on earth has he got to? Keep an eye out for him, will you? I think he told me he was going to the dam to the northwest of here. But he should be back by now. He's a terrible dawdler. Beef Wellington for dinner this evening, I think. Yes, that will be nice. To go to the dam anyway. Fishing? Is that it? Always the clever one, Charity. But I had the look.
you wretched aphids. I shall have Jenks get some spray to deal with you. Yes, I shall. Yes, we shall. Why would anyone want to go to the dam anyway? Fishing? Is that it? Beef Wellington for dinner this evening, I think. Yes, that will be nice.
Don't be daft. Nobody wants trouble. Steady now. We'll have no strife.
if you just let us have a crack at the outlaws around
Watch
here,
yourself,
we can get
City.
rid of them and take their supplies. 2 birds, 1 bullet.
Be you a threat? You are troubling. Bloody fuss over nothing.
I thought I was alone in here. Well, gosh. This is a surprise. When I saw movement, I thought it might be one of those awful feral goblins some people seem to have turned into. You don't look like a goblin, though. Or an outlaw. So, just exactly who are you? Well, I can't argue with that. We find ourselves in very strange times. You haven't immediately tried to kill me, at least. That's a pleasant change. Sometimes I think I'm the only sane one left in the zone. I'm Joyce, by the way. Joyce Tanner. How'd you do? You're lucky I was so absorbed poking around this place. Otherwise I might have shot you as you walked in. My, but you're full of satiable curiosity, aren't you? Well, I've nothing to hide. There was an expeditionary convoy sent in a few months ago. And Muggins here was seconded to it. I'm a communications specialist. Girl boffin, the squaddies call me. They needed us ladies to hold up the science end of things. I was drafted in along with a Dr. Garrow. They say she was a big name here, before the disaster. Anyway, the expedition did not go swimmingly, let me tell you. We barely made it into Slattendale when the bridge was blown out from under us, and the convoy wrecked. Before we knew what was happening, we were beset by a horde of whooping maniacs in masks. It was awful. Sounds ludicrous, doesn't it? Now, I don't know if they were responsible for the bridge, but the vicious buggers were on us soon after. I think I may well be the sole survivor of the convoy. Spent a week or two dodging outlaws in the Dale and the loons in the woods before I found this place. Some manner of communications monitoring station, I think. Is giving up its secrets very slowly. It's been weeks of fiddling with consoles and reading paperwork and... Oh, well, I'm a bit stumped, to be honest. All this kit, and none of it well suited to getting a simple communications channel up and running. What I really need is to be at the hub of all of this. There's a facility, the Interchange, which was the master for all the places like this in the area. If I could get at the connected systems from in there... But that's a pipe dream. Forget I mentioned it. Ha! Of course you did. And my aunt is a belted Galloway. It's impossible. I don't know where you got into, but it wasn't the Interchange. Besides, if the facility was fully powered up, I'd see it on these consoles here. Without access to the Interchange, it's hard to make any progress. If the Interchange was open, and its power restored... But you'll forgive me. I shouldn't say any more. Nothing personal, but please understand that it's simply not sensible for me to trust a stranger I've only just met. Circumstances are not ideal, I'm afraid. But one never knows. Perhaps we'll run into each other again. With the Interchange unpowered and sealed tight, I'm rather stumped. All I can do is poke around this bunker and hope for a miracle. I really should get back to my tinkering. Perhaps I'll see you around.
Well, hello! A new face! Come closer. Don't bite. Don't mind me. Everybody knows Mother J go around here. I mean no harm. Folks that find their way to me are usually in need of something. What's on your mind, dear? Perhaps I can help. And it's always a pleasure to meet a wandering soul. Stay a while. Let Mother J go look after you. I provide remedies and tonics where I can to those that most need them. And I can offer some other supplies too. Have a browse if you like. Ah, yes, how is her husband doing? Not so well, I wouldn't wonder. I can only hope my mixture helped to ease his pain. My own recipe. A good few years in the perfecting. Only thing is, I'm all out of the makings of it. And the recipe itself, well, the folks in the woods have it now. You've met 'em, mayhap. The druids in the masks? They live in the castle ruins off to the southeast of here. If you want the recipe for the tonic, that's where you need to go. Into the castle. Oh, they've taken an interest in my work, came by a few weeks ago and left with some of my things. It's no surprise they like their herbalism too. And if you're heading that way, there's something I would ask of you. In exchange for the help I have given, let's say. The druids have something of mine, my herbalism book. I'd like it back. Nothing worth killing over, you understand? But I would like it back. They probably got it stowed away somewhere in their castle. Oh, I used to live in the village. That was until the soldiers moved in and started playing silly beggars. I left before they could chuck me in that jail of theirs. Made this my home soon after. But I like it here. You're closer to the earth in this place. Never felt any great urge to go back to Wyndham. You have? Well, you don't appear to have taken on too badly. That's promising. Very promising indeed. I can help you a mite. There's a special tonic that will ease the burden of those voices and keep the infection down for a short time. My own recipe. A good few years in the perfecting. Only thing is, I'm all out of the makings of it. And the recipe itself, well, the folks in the woods have it now. You've met 'em, mayhap. The druids in the masks? They live in the castle ruins off to the southeast of here. If you want the recipe for the tonic, that's where you need to go. Into the castle. Nothing that's beyond you, I am sure. Still getting the hang of these woods, eh? Well, maybe I can help you with that. Like the rest of the zone, we've got our share of outlaws and things that bite and sting if you get too close. Then there are the druids, the mask wearers, out in the thickest part of the woods. They've set up a little camp there in the ruins of the old castle. They hear what they call the voice in the soil and, well, worship it, I suppose you'd say. The soil speaks to those who listen. It has spoken louder since all the ructions over at that atom factory the scientists built. Ah, those fools did something. The voice is upset because of it. That's what the druids say. You understand. Fairly done, and we're both happy. Take care, won't you?
Be you a threat?
you. We don't know what you intend.
Oh, come off it, you fine. You're killing us. What the? Help! Someone carve them up! Ugh. You will be more.